Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Abdurrahman. What if I told you that you can use a couple of awesome PowerShell features to carry out as many commands as you want, even scripts, on hundreds of machines at a time? Can you imagine the things you could do to the systems you manage if you could run commands on all of them from a single console? That's the power of remoting. Without further ado, let's start typing commands. The first thing I want to check is that I'm able to ping my remote machine. So I will say ping corp. That's great. I'm getting a reply from my remote machine. The next thing I want to do is test wsman on our remote machine. So I will type test wsman dash computer name. And if you get this message and it is not an error, that's a good sign. After that, I want to test the connection. So I will type test-net connection, specify the port number 5958 dash computer name corp. Awesome, everything looks fine here. TCP test succeeded. The value is true. So for me, everything is okay. However, my computer is not joined to a domain, so I got an error when I tried to remote in to my remote machine. Let me show you that error. This is the error that I got when I tried to remote in to my remote machine. To solve this issue, I added my remote machine to the trusted hosts for the WinRM client. The command is for that set-atom wsman local host /client /trusted host. The value is a star. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna clear the screen and verify that the value that we added is there. So I'm gonna type get -atom wsman local host /client /trusted hosts. Yes, as you can see, the value is here and everything looks fine for me. You don't have to memorize these commands. They will be available in my GitHub repository for easy access. Let's test our connection using invoke -command. So I am gonna type invoke -command -script block open parentheses, and I'm gonna say here ipconfig /all closing parentheses computer name will be corp. Connecting to remote server corp field. As you can see, access denied. So I'm gonna go to my remote machine, and I'm here in my remote machine through RDB. I'm gonna type enable -ps remoting. This command gonna allow remote management of a remote computer through PowerShell. You should see a message appear on your console saying WinRM service started. In my case, it doesn't show up because I ran this command before. Okay, I will go back to my local machine and check if I can use invoke again here. It's work. So I'm able to invoke command to my remote machine. In case you still have a problem even after you run that command, you can try -force. What will -force do is to bypass any user prompts or confirmation. Finally, if you are okay with running PS remoting on a network profile other than private or domain, you can skip network profile. Like this, you can skip network profile check. So basically, enable PS remoting process connects to the local WS management services to create and configure the PowerShell remoting endpoints. This command will by default create network rules that allow remote access from private domain networks. For this to work, my machine and the remote computer have to be part of the same Active Directory AD domain, and my machine needs to have admin rights on the remote machine. In my case, it doesn't matter. I'm on a work group, so I will not add my user, and there is no Active Directory in my environment. In case in your environment, you will have to add your user as a admin on the remote machine and have to be part of the Active Directory. Okay, I will go back to my local machine and I will test our connection using invoke again, but this time I'm gonna change this command. Let me clear the screen first. I'm gonna change this to hostname. Okay, everything is working here. Let me tell you that invoke command do send commands to a remote computer and receive a response. It is not interactive. So let's interactively work with a remote computer as though it were a local PowerShell. I will type enter dash ps session corp. As you can see, now my prompt changed and now I'm interactively working with my remote machine. I'm gonna say hostname. I'm interactively working. That's great. So I'm gonna exit from here and go back to my local machine. However, if your current account doesn't have access to the remote computer, you can use the dash credential parameter to supply alternative credentials. Let me show you that. I'm gonna say $clit equals get credential corp \max. I'm gonna type my password, enter dash ps session corp dash cred. As you can see, the prompts changed and I'm now in my remote machine. So far so good. Let's create a session on a remote computer and add a reference to that session on our local computer. To create a new PS session for me, it is not required that my user be a local administrator or be in the remote management users group on that remote machine. As I told you, I'm on a work group, but if you are on an AD, you have to do all of this. So I'm gonna exit from my remote machine, clear the screen, and I'm gonna create a new PS session right now. So I will say new dash PS session dash computer name corp. There you go. I now created a new session. So once the session is established, I can jump in and out from that session using invoke command. You can use the get ps session command to see all your sessions also. So I'm gonna say get dash ps session. These are all my sessions. I only have one session for now. If you want to store the output of the get ps session in a variable, we can do that. Let me show you. I'm gonna say $session, this is my variable, equal get dash ps session. So we now have a session in a variable. We can pass that variable to invoke dash command and run code inside this session. Isn't that awesome? So I will type invoke dash command dash session dash script broc open parentheses, and I'm gonna say here ibconfig closing parentheses. Oops, I have a typo here, so I'm gonna say like this and hit enter. As you can see, now I'm interactively working with that session, and the variable which is I store all my information is here. So that's great. Finally, you can disconnect exiting session by using the disconnect-ps session command. You can clean up any sessions previously created by returning them with get ps session. Let me show you that. I'm gonna clear the screen. I'm gonna say get dash ps session pipe disconnect, not Azure account, disconnect ps session. So this session should be disconnected. Let me verify that. ps session, it is disconnected. So as you can see, hope you like this video, and please don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Thank you.